Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Poor Man Mods. Today, I'm finally going to be upgrading the steering wheel in my Supra. My friends over at DND Performance Interior sent me their beautiful leather steering wheel with red stitching, and they kind of sent me two setups. I'm going to send the one back that I don't like or don't use. I really wanted a quick release, and that's what I asked them for, but the guy over at DND that I was talking to said that he actually had a Mark III Supra, and with their hub that they sent me and their beautiful quick release, he said the steering wheel is going to sit too far back and will probably be uncomfortable, but I wanted to at least see how it will fit before I denied the quick release. So I guess I'm going to be doing kind of two installs in this. I'm going to be installing the steering wheel, but first I will be installing the steering wheel with just their hub, but then I'll be installing it with their quick release and the hub just to see how it is. And the setup I like the most I'm going to keep, and if I end up not using the quick release, I will send it back to them. But this is going to look pretty awesome, and I already love the way the steering wheel feels. Way better than one that's in the car. So this shouldn't be too hard of an install. Let's get inside the Supra and install it. To remove the factory steering wheel, there's two screws behind this cover on the back side of the wheel that you have to remove. Luckily for me, I think I stripped one when I put the steering wheel in, so there's only one for me. I'm sorry, there's actually three. Two were stripped, one's gone, one's stripped, and I can remove one of them, actually. Poor man mods. Okay, that screws out. And there it comes off. Unplug the horn harness, and this piece comes off. Then you take off this big nut right here. There's a couple important tips right here before you remove the steering wheel. Make sure that you have it perfectly straight, because if you have the steering wheel crooked, take it off, put the new one on. Chances are you're not going to have it lined up right, and you're going to be driving down the road with a crooked steering wheel, and you're going to have to redo it. Second tip, you're probably going to want to use an impact to remove this nut. It will make it a lot easier than using a ratchet, because a ratchet is going to want to turn the wheel. Impact will probably zip it right off, probably. Third tip, don't take the nut off completely. Just loosen it, then you can yank on the steering wheel without hitting yourself in the face. See if this thing has the balls to do it. Oh yeah. The steering wheel is straight. Alright, got it off. Didn't hit me in the face. Now you can completely remove the nut. Don't lose your nut. Then you can pull the wheel off. With the steering wheel off, we can remove this horn connection thingamabob. But to take this off, we need to take off this trim so we can get to the screws. There's two very small screws on here. One is right here. I think it's blocked. Sorry. And the other one is right here. Then you should be able to just pull this off. Yeah, there we go. Finally. So, almost every car is going to be different, but to make the horn work in this car, we need to cut these three wires off of the ring. And we need to use this green wire and this black wire. The green wire has the power that goes to the horn, and the black wire is the ground, and this white one, not sure what the white one's for. Now, with the quick release, you can't use the horn, but to stay legal, if your state requires you to have a horn, what you can do, you can use the wires that come with the kit and just use a toggle switch, and you can have a horn. It just won't be on the steering wheel. Now in Pennsylvania, you are required to have a horn, but it doesn't need to be on the steering wheel. You just need a horn. So there's a horn on a switch. This would keep me legal. I can tuck this away down there. Then I can mount the wheel or the quick release to this, and we'll see how it looks. I'm gonna put some heat shrink over these wires just so I don't accidentally honk the horn from them shorting against each other. We got our horn wired up. We can tuck that away later, but now we can put the nut back on this hub. Once again, an impact is probably going to make this a lot easier. So we can now install the wheel. With everything they sent me, I got a set of 6 beveled screws that I can use to install this with, but they're black, or these stainless steel or chrome bolts. I'm going to use these shiny ones. I think that might look really good with this hub, so let's get it on. We're going to install this first without the quick release, see how it feels, then install the quick release, and I'll make my decision on what I want to keep. If I install this, it looks like the wheel's going to be crooked just by the way the bolts are going to line up. So I'm going to have to undo the nut, pull this off, rotate the hub a little bit, and then reinstall it. Alright. That looks about good. Now, if you want to rock a horn button or a hook or a fake horn or any accessory you want right here, you have to install it before you put the wheel on the hub, otherwise it won't work. So get the button on there where you want it. I love it. I absolutely love the way it feels. You want to tighten these nice and evenly, but you don't want to over torque them. Don't want to strip the threads on the hub, or you don't want to break a bolt, because that would result in a pretty bad day. Yes. And I definitely think I know what he means. If I put the quick release on here, it's gonna be like right here. So I think it's definitely worth installing, but I think he might be right. This might be what I'm gonna stick with. But yeah, I guess now we can move on to installing the quick release. Now we can install the quick release. This neochrome is absolutely sexual. I freaking love it. This kit came with 6 short and 6 long screws. We're going to use the short screws to secure the quick release to the hub, and then long screws for the steering wheel. I really hope it fits. Like, I would love for this to work. I love it. I don't want to send it back. I don't. I do not want to give this back to you. Maybe I can make my arm shorter or something and make it work. The steering wheel's telescoped all the way in, so that's not helping. God, that looks so good. Put the steering wheel on. I think I might be able to hack it. This might be comfortable enough for me. Oh, I hope so. So now, there's no threads on the quick release. We have to install the bolts through it, and then use the provided nuts on the back side. Just in case you're wondering, you will need a 4mm hex key for the bolts, and an 8mm socket or wrench for the nuts. And they gave me a bunch of these air fresheners with it too, and I think it's juicy fruit scented. It smells amazing. Alright, final nut and bolt. I bet I dropped something. So let's see if it's comfortable or not. You know, I think this is okay. This is doable. I normally, when I adjust my steering wheel and everything, I normally put it to where my wrist is right up top. And this is freaking perfect. It's telescoped all the way in though, so it can come out, which no way it's gonna be there. But telescoped all the way in, this is freaking perfect. I'm not sending back the quick release, sorry guys. And then to pull it off, you push on this piece and it pops right off. And then you can take those douchey photos if you're driving down the road with the steering wheel hanging out the door. My God, I love it. I'm keeping the quick release. Sorry, I absolutely love it. Now only if it could feel good in the car run and drive, because right now I'm just pretending because it doesn't run. Oh, my life. So my DND hub, quick release, and steering wheel is installed. I honestly have to say, I love it so much. I know I've said it a bunch of times in the video, but I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I love the red stitching and the red stripe. This kit that I installed is an extremely affordable, high quality setup that you can get. Now, I've installed, in the past with this car, I installed an eBay wheel and hub, and it looked similar, but the quality was not there. I immediately took the wheel off because I could push on the wheel and bend this metal right here. It was so weak, but this wheel is super sturdy and strong. I love it. I'm definitely gonna keep it on the car. Now there are a ton of options. There's tons of different kinds of wheels they offer. They offer suede, leather, painted, all that good stuff. Different color hubs and quick releases. This is just the stuff that I chose. The only thing I don't like about this setup is that I had to, you know, mess with the horn. There are some other setups out there that allow you to utilize the horn, but with this quick release, you can't. So I don't like that, but it's not a deal breaker. I just put a toggle switch on, it'll work just fine. It's legal. Yeah, I wish the horn could have worked and stayed on the wheel, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just a little tiny thing I don't like. But I want to give DND Performance Interior a big thank you for helping us out with this video. Go check out their products. They have a ton of cool stuff. They even have samurai shift knobs and stuff. But now my car is a little bit more race car, even though it just sits there. But it looks cooler and feels cooler. I love this way more than the factory wheel. It's actually a lot lighter too. The factory wheel is really heavy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned how to install a steering wheel in your Supra. And hit that like button, share, subscribe, check out DND Performance Interior. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks.